What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Vibeship.
What's up with you?
Appreciate you for coming out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Just introduce yourself.
I'm JB Music, the Dominator. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know what I mean?
Dominator.
Yeah, and I'm gonna break that down for you. If people didn't know what that JB Music Dominator stands for.
All right, let's break that down. Go ahead.
JB is my initial. It's all about the music, and I like to dominate, so I call myself the Dominator. So whatever I do, so
All right.
make that combination.
For sure. How long you been doing music?
Like, man, I've been in this music stuff for years, man. Like, I say about between 15 and 20 years. I'm like old, come from the old school era. So, you know what I mean? Like, I was promoting, managing, trying to produce at the time, and I had artists under me. So at that time, I had a little bit of money, so I wasn't really trying to be hungry to try to, get a record deal or something. So I was trying to help my homies establish their careers, and we get some beats, we go to the studio, put some money behind it, we try and make it. So it got to a point where like a lot of my homies was getting killed or they was going to jail. So I'm like sitting there, I'm by myself, and I'm like, I've been waiting for dudes to get out for years.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, man, like, so I'm just sitting there, I got all these beats, I got all this music. So I just played around and started, just bringing out some of my tracks, and I got a little bit of attention. So I was like, you know what? I should put more into myself. And that's another thing. Putting yourself before anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where the mistakes I was making. I was putting my money into everybody else, but I never did it for myself. And then when I did it for myself, I got real far.
Yeah.
Probably further than all the guys I tried to help.
Right, I agree with that. You know what I mean? You know how the reason why I agree with that is because there's times in my own life where I noticed that I use my energy for the negative things, but if I use that same energy and flipped it, you know what I'm saying, it will work out better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at how much money I could save in 2 years, and I was like, man, I could have put all that in the business. I could have started up an opportunity.
Right.
I could have bought some real estate. So when I seen that same type of power and energy, because I feel like everybody has a gift, everybody got a talent as an entrepreneur, and I feel like you just got to unlock it. You know what I'm saying? And put it to the right place and
Right.
your purpose. So music, I feel like, as you explaining that music is your purpose, so that you love it, like you love making your music because you get to express yourself.
Right, it's a passion. I get to express myself. I can send messages. I can preach and teach through my music, and I do a lot of that. All what I just said, I do all that in my music, man.
Okay.
I'll preach and teach to you. I'll send a message. You know what I mean? I'll express myself. So you could tell by the type of songs I make. You know what I mean? I got all types of songs, man. I got like spiritual songs. I got street songs. I got underground songs. You know what I mean? I got songs for the girls too. You know?
Yeah, man. Right.
And I start noticing that because I'm coming out with hardcore songs. And I'm going to showcase this woman there, and like so one day I said, man, you know what? I seen a couple other guys. I said, you know what? And like Pac even said, he said you got to do what the women want, and then everybody gonna follow what the women want.
So that's why everybody go to the club, because of the women.
Right. So I said I got to start doing more songs for the woman. I got songs called like Anything, Everything. So I'm trying to bring out them songs for the woman. Right now, recently, I just finished a track called Anything.
Anything, okay.
And I had a song before that. It's called Everything.
Okay.
And I performed that. And the girls started liking it, so I said, "Oh wow, I'm getting a different crowd now." Because when
different
I'm doing
audience.
With the hardcore stuff, all I'm getting is
the hood.
Yeah. So then one day I just experimented with it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to do something for the girls.
All right.
So I did it, and I was like, damn, I got some. My biggest fans that night was the women.
I got
So
you.
I was like, wow, you know what? I'm gonna start adding that, blending that in to my little game I got. So you know what I mean? So the women can get. Because these women come to these events and they don't want to hear that hardcore stuff.
Not all the time.
Right. So
you got certain ones, yeah.
You got to show some versatility, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people out there. They just, like I said, you could listen to these guys out here nowadays. After you listen to 3-4 songs, and they could be hot. They'll start sounding the same.
Right.
You be like, oh. So I add a little mix. That's why some people are like, damn, what do you want today? Like, I'm just expressing how I'm feeling or what I'm doing. Right. So I got a lot of mixture. When one day you hear me, you be like, damn, what do you want today? I change it up, man.
Right.
You got to change it up. You got to be different.
You got to be
Stick
different.
out in this game.
Right. I absolutely agree, because I was watching a little interview when they told me, he's like, I keep seeing on the internet everything the same. You know what I'm saying? And the one guy that I just interviewed, the DJ, you know what I'm saying, he was basically saying, like, you know what I mean, to be different, you just got to stand out so you can be that artist that you really want to be. But it comes from your authenticness of who you really are. Right. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I used to do music a long time ago. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know Iceman. He's from the city, but I mean Pittsburgh. He's from here, but he do a lot of that music. So that's my man. So we did music together.
Right.
But that's not my career, my path. But when I was passionate about it, but I understood is that to find my sound when I was doing music and being in the studio, I needed to know like my sound, who I was, which was hard to find. And I feel like that comes from experience, like, you know what I mean? Because artists, they'll find it. You know what I'm saying? Before Yo Gotti was a Gotti, before Gucci was Gucci, you know what I'm saying? They found their sound, who they wanted to be. And I heard so much different music and heard the different sounds on how they sound on different tracks and how somebody's imitating. I was listening to Roddy Ricch. He kind of sounds like Future.
Right, see?
That's because he said that's who I listen to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's their inner, who they listen to. So
right, that's cool. Next, like this, and I understand what you're saying on that one, right? But this is cool. This is how I look at myself. Like I grew up. The way I learned how to rap from hearing people rap. So the rap, I come from like the 80 era.
Right,
so
gotcha.
I'm, you know, like Run DMC, Eric B, Rakim,
Period.
MC Light, all that. So
original rap.
Right.
Authentic. They was authentic. All of them.
And my favorite rappers, I say I'm all my favorite rappers in one, and I ain't trying to be like none of them.
I got you.
Because I learned how to rap from them.
Right.
So of course you're gonna sound a little bit of Tabadon, but that's where you make your difference. Then you find yourself.
You re-engineer it.
When you really find yourself and you already creative, you're gonna make a different style than anybody nobody have.
Right.
And that's when you're gonna be the one to make it.
Right.
That's when
you.
And you gotta stick out and be different. Because if you keep sounding the same, these labels don't want no one hit number.
Right. They need a couple of them.
That's why they ain't put the sound you right away. They want to see if you got more than just one track.
And can you bring that audience?
Right.
Because they need a piece of that pie.
When you go to these labels nowadays, they want to make sure you got a big fan base. You're already when you come to them, because if you come to them already desperate, they're gonna rip you off.
And a storyline. I feel like that too, because it's like if you got like, say if you dropped it, let's just say 5 projects. If the label can go back and see all your projects was pretty decent and successful over those mixtape times, it's like, all right, look at Lil Wayne. All those mixtapes he dropped was never sold. That was free music.
Right, yeah. And
all of it was free music.
Right, and that was some good.
You know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne's a good artist.
Yeah, man, that's just his era. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying when he was in his prime at his era, I just watched the business side of it. But as far as, we don't get on those artists, but let's get back to the real interviews. As far as your projects, how many projects you working on now?
I'm working on my one project. I'm coming out with an album.
Okay.
And you know, if everything go all right, I'll have some features.
Some
major features and some local features, and you know, like, and it's a big project. I don't even want to say what I'm doing, because, like, you know, before I even, you know, when I was doing this stuff already, people was stealing some of my material before I even come out with it. So that's a learning lesson too.
My man.
Use your music, use your money already, because I'm telling you.
Your voice is your money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
people will steal it if they already, like, say I'm around spitting some stuff around my boys I ain't even put out there yet. Some dude hear a little bit of it, you take a little concept of it, and then twist it around a little bit to make it look like they ain't mocking you, but they
is.
Real fun. They be like, and then their song might be high. And he'd be like, damn, he was the first one doing it. He'd be like, nah, he got that from him. He really stole that from him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I done had people do that type of stuff, man, like steal my material before I came out with it, because they heard it before I even was coming out with it, and they kind of knew when I was about to come out with it. So I was like, you know what, all my music's kind of sacred, man. Like, you know, make sure you got your copyrights, your royalties. Don't cheat yourself, especially if you're independent, man. Don't cheat yourself, man.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Treat yourself, man. And treat yourself right. Like Josh was saying, whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out.
Got you.
You want bullshit the game, that's what you're going to get in this music.
Right. Absolutely agree.
Put your money up and you got faith behind yourself and you fire, you're going to make it.
Right. So, yeah, because you're right. Just Kevin Gates, they ain't like big famous, like high record label, but they still making that bread because they independent artists. Right. J. Cole's is like, no, we ain't signing, we independent, we going to make all the tracks here and we're going to get paid off the rip. So I definitely agree. So what's that project called that you're working on? You don't want to say it.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming another month or two. I don't even want to say it, because once I start saying one thing, another thing going to come out.
Okay.
It's going to be like, oh, I the whole secret. See, and that's another thing. You want to keep people like, what is that? What do you do? I would like to keep people under suspense. Like, what are you going to do?
So tell them who you is and where to follow you at on social media right now.
You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. J.B.Music, spelled out with a Z when you spelling music. You know what I mean? Instead of K, you spell it M-U-Z-I-C. You know what I mean? And that's how you spell JB Music. And you're not gonna see, you see the Dominator too, but it's mainly JB Music. You know what I mean? And I try to keep it short, so I'm gonna be typing all this crazy stuff. But I keep it short. And you can find me on Instagram. You can even Google me. I got a couple songs on iTunes, Apple, major platforms. I'm about to flood it once I come out with this album.
My man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming through the vibe shit, bro. I definitely appreciate it. You know what I mean? I just want everybody to get that entrepreneur vibe when they watch this, to understand that you can make it as long as you got that faith and you got that, you know what I'm saying, that stronghold of perseverance.
Right, absolutely, man. You gotta have faith in yourself. If you don't have faith in yourself, how you gonna have everybody else have faith in you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And you gotta put your money behind anything you do. If you want to get rich off it, you got to put money into it.
Gotcha.
So you got to look at them things when you're trying to do this, man. If you ain't serious, step out. You know
Step out, my man. Right. Appreciate it, Vibes.